Hello, hello, and welcome to Stitched. This is JoJo with JoJo Crosses. This is our final tour of Stitched. It is finally done. Yay! I've really enjoyed this island. It was super fun. We're starting back here in the back where we actually began the island. Our direction of travel was, I'll just remind you by showing you Carralegh's thingamabobber. So I had rolled a 4. And on the bottom, you can see in the very middle of those squares, it shows the direction you start. So top right corner, you just keep going in a spiral until you get to the end. So that is how we ended up doing the island. This is my grid of the island as to all the different themes that we did in each acre, and then also all the restrictions or whatever. And then we rolled dice to see if we have cliffs or not. So anyways, this one here is our celestial area, and it also had to include Able Sisters. So we had them here. Oh, let me show you my map. Sorry, I always forget to do that. Here's my map of the island, and we have Molly, Gail, Filbert, Patty, Melba, and then we have Pico, Gabby, Wart Jr., Petri, and Diana. So those are our villagers for this island, and that is what the island ended up looking like. The dream address is reflected there on the bottom if you wanted to ever come visit on your own. There are a few parts of this island that are a little difficult to navigate. You kind of have to go around, and that was not how it was supposed to be, but it ended up that way anyway. So anyway, this is Able Sisters. We had to do a celestial star typed theme, so we went ahead and gave them some things they're selling out front that are star related and accessories. And then we have, the sun, the moon. We've got a big moon up there at the top on the cliff. And then if you walk over here to the right, we've got a little stargazing area here. And actually, I forgot to put something in here too. And I think I'm going to see if it's in my pocket. Actually, it won't matter because it won't be on the D8. Darn it. I was going to put a little telescope here and I totally forgot. Maybe I'll still do it and then just add it at a later, or do the DA in a little bit here. But I wanted the time to be right. Let me see if I have one in here. That's so silly. Hold on. Well, guess what? We're going without it because I don't even have one. So, and that is just not going to happen. Anyway, that was our celestial area. And then if we walk towards this direction here, we've got our Japanese area. And so we have this beautiful area for Pico. And I really love how this turned out. I think it looks very Japanese, as much as I can get without having full knowledge of the culture as much as I would like to. I put these little pink tree standees in there just to try to capture a little bit of the blossom time, since it's not going to be set in that time frame. So yeah, this was the Asian side over here, the Japanese side. I shouldn't say Asian, it's not Asian, it is, but it's mostly Japanese. Okay, and then we had Bunny Day, which I've never done a Bunny Day at all, not ever. Matter of fact, I always feel like Bunny Day is just a little overwhelming, and this acre is a little overwhelming. I feel like it is a very, very Eastery and pastel, but it was fun to do. I could never do a whole island of it, but it is really pretty. You walk through here, and if you walk around, you can get to your secret beach, which I did not do any of the beaches. None of the houses are decorated or redone, nor is my home, so don't expect greatness when you go in there. Okay, and then if we keep going this way, this is our western themed area, our country western desert type theme. And so we're greeted here by a big scorpion, and we've got some cliffs and lots of deserty looking things. And if you come on back here, We've got our big mining corporation building back here. And then we also have our mining area back tucked in the back here, where you can see they're mining. And they've got these little mining carts there getting ready to get some jewels out of there. So yeah, that is my western themed area. And then if you keep walking to the left here, we've got our little swampy area. And this is where Wart Jr. resides. Hello, Wart Jr. There he is. And I enjoyed this one a lot. I've done a swamp one before. I did an All Froggy Island once, but not on video. So this is my little Wart Jr. area. So yeah, I kind of like it. I think it turned out pretty good. And didn't redo the beaches on this one, but that's okay. Most of them are not done. There is a done up area over by the Valentine's area. That one is done for sure. Okay, and now we're going into our forest core, and that is this spot here. We've got a couple of benches to sit on and watch the river and a bridge crossing over. And then we've got a little picnic here on the left, and just some waterscaping and pretty things to look at in the forest there. It's not as foresty as I would have liked, but I think it turned out okay. We've got a little bun over there hanging out. Hard to kind of see because I can't walk around too well. And then we had our little rainbow core area, and that was this one where my house is. I tried to make it as rainbowy as I could get it. Very bright, almost looks like an Easter core area as well, or a little bunny day area. We've got our little celestial areas and our arches. And if you go over here, we've got all the rainbows of colors of flowers all the way up into that area. And you can go around the back, I believe. Actually, you have to go around from the other area. And the other side is also decorated in rainbow, but we've got the rainbow flowers on this side as well. So yeah. And then if you come on down, this is our Valentine's area. If you walk to the left, we have a little wishing well. You can wish for your dream boat of all times. This is the side of the rainbow, by the way. I just did the cliff up in different colors, you know. All right, and this is the outside area of Valentine's. And then we have this little picnic out here for the newly married couple. And we've got this little reception area out here where they're having their wedding reception. And then this over here is where they've gotten married, and we are out on it's a beach wedding. And then over here, we've got our little gazebo and our beach area here. And then if you walk back around, sorry, I've got to cut through Kidcore, which we'll get to next. But if you go on up here, there's a little fountain. And then if you go on up here, this is where Gail lives. She is the overseer of that area. And then we have this little area where there are things for sale for your loved one for Valentine's Day. And you can get a little kiss in here if you want. And then coming on over here, just did it up with some pink and things. So yeah, Gail. And then if we're gonna come on down and get over into our Kidcore area, we can cut through this direction. And you already saw a little snippet, but this is our Kidcore section. I wasn't supposed to use flowers in here. However, one sprouted up there because I am a 5-star island. And I'm not going to try to get it down. So that flower will live there illegally. We have a little bike parking area and our little playground. And the kids have been using chalk on the concrete areas, the sidewalks. And we've got this cute little pool area with all the towels out. Reminds me of like when you're playing in your backyard with your friends and you just throw your little towels down and you're just hanging out with all your buddies, playing in the pool, all that kind of stuff. And then your little playground over here. We've got our little springy toys and all that kind of stuff. And then out here we put a bunch of Mario flowers to just, you know, that was our flower of choice since we couldn't use real flowers. And then if we go this direction, this is our actual entrance to the island. So you would come out here. And did I remember to put a flag out? Nope, I sure didn't. So that is the flag of the island. Here's your packages here. So if you come to Resident Services, head on over to the medieval section first, which is up front by the entry. But this is our medieval area. We've got a little castle. I like how this one turned out. And then you can walk through to get to other areas, but we're gonna go to the right side because that's the direction that we were to travel in based on our grid. And then this over here is our little scientific research area. Oh, looks like Melba is thinking. Melba, you are here to stay, sister. And anyways, this is our little research area. We've got some things up for investigation. We've got a little shipment of items coming in. And these are all the things that have been researched or are going to be researched. Got a little slime here and there because Lord knows what was going on in here. And yeah, I don't know what happened over there, but there was an accident. I think someone got injured. And then we've got Kayleigh's dad up here in the tube. He's being examined. That's why he hasn't been in your life lately, Kayleigh. I'm sorry. He was abducted by these aliens and then, you know, ended up hanging out here. All right. And then over here, we're heading into our camping site. We've got our little shoreside picnic and our picnic table here. Got our little campfire going. This area here was not allowed to have any DIYs, so everything here had to be a purchased item. And inside here, you'll never guess who we have, but we decided to put in one of my faves, Marshall. Isn't he cute? He's adorable. So he'll be the one living here forever on the DA. So my 11th villager, my 11th honorary villager is Marshall. And this is the first time that I've remembered to put presents out on a DA and also to put in a villager in the campsite. We left our Brewster's place in a tent. Poor Brewster, he's probably very unhappy with me, but I wanted it to be a full camping site, and I thought it looked really cool to have that as one of the camping tents. And then if you go around this back side, we've got a few more campers back here and little areas there. And then we're going to move on to our city core. And this is our little city core area. We've got a little bus stop. We've got the little crosswalk here, and when you cross over, we've got these little brownstones that I put up. And then over to this way, we've got Nook's Cranny, which was supposed to be in this area. So we've got Nook's Cranny here. And then, you know, some parking and some cars on the street getting to where they need to get to. Sadly enough, we just had this one section of city core, so there's not much of a road for these guys to go on, but, you know, it's all right. We're going to walk around the back side to get to our norm core area, which is a little harder to see, sadly enough. But this is where Molly lives. Hang on, I'll get to where you can see. And where Molly lives, we weren't allowed to use any items that have a green leaf. So everything in here is norm core and no items. So all of these things do not have a leaf if it's on her little section. So that's what we did over here. Yeah. And then from here, we have our abandoned junkyard. And that is this section here. I really like how this turned out. I've never done anything like it before, but I think it turned out really cool. Here's our junkyard business office here, and we've got the chair where the owner can sit, see what's going on. Looks pretty abandoned at this point, though. I'm not sure the owner's been around for a while, but we've got, you know, someone left behind their items, and everything was really junked up. So yeah, we've got that. And then also there is a little bridge area here, and this crosses over this direction. And then if you continue this direction, we've got our next theme, which was our theme park. And as you can see, the ants have gotten to the candy, because it's kind of an abandoned theme park also. And there's a little, you know, everything's still running. So there's that, but we've got our little concession stand area over here. We've got our ticket booth, got our little game section here. You can go and play games. And then we've got a little kiddie ride over here that we made up with some of the little bouncy toys and a place for parents to sit. Yeah, I think it turned out pretty cute. And then we're going to continue this direction. Kind of have to cut through our little farm to get to the next one, which is our elegant core. And the elegant core was one that I've never done before also. I like how it turned out. Lots of statues. The uniformity of like the flowers and stuff turned out pretty good. I think it turned out neat. So we've got this little section here. And this is Diana's house. So Diana hangs out and lives in here. You can't really get through here to the back, so you do have to come through the front. Yeah. And let's see. Then now we're going to head down this direction. And this is where our farm core area is. And this is where Patty lives. She lives in the ranch. And she sells jams and jellies outside and pies. And then we've got this cute little duck pond over here, where you can see there's a little lily pad in the middle. And a bunch of little duckies are hanging out. And it's just pretty. We've got some butterflies and things here, and then our farm is off here to the back. You can see they've been doing some work on the farm. And then we're going to head to the right. This is our cottage core area. I wanted to do kind of a mushy cottage core, little picnic, because picnics I feel are very cottage core. We have some music playing here. And then we've got our little sign telling us where to go. So yeah, I've got a little book reading area here for, because this is Melba's house and she loves to read. So we left it as kind of a reading area. And then the wishing well here again, if you want to make a wish, we've left you a coin. And then when we head this direction, this is our last acre. And this was our jungle theme. We've got the T-Rex and the Bronchiosaurus are having a little bit of a fight back here. You can't really see that Bronchiosaurus unless you come all the way down to the front and then give it a gaze up, and there he is. But yeah, we've got a little bit of waterscaping in here and lots of plants and trees and things like that to try to make it look nice and lush. And that is the end of Stitched. So I hope you guys enjoyed this and had a fun time just touring it with me. I had the best time on this island. It was really great. It's such a good solution for if you have any kind of burnout or you feel like you're tired of doing one theme on one island. I think it's just such a good way to just kind of see new things each day, but not, you know, have to be bored by it at the end. So I really think it's cool. Also, I did leave you guys a ladder if you wanted to get a better, you know, look at the dinosaurs and stuff and the island a little bit. It's a nice little lookout point up here, and I like that little viewpoint right there. Is kind of cool. So just a little tidbit at the end. But anyway, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you. I have had so much fun making this island. I've had so much fun streaming and getting to know everybody on stream. And I am up to, I think as of this filming day today, I have like 1,169 subscribers, which is absolutely amazing. And I just can't believe that that many people want to click on my videos or wanted to subscribe and become part of our little floofy tail squirrel family here. So thank you again. I really again just am so grateful. And please like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. I would love to have you as part of the family. And I'm not sure what our next island is going to be. I think it's going to be a surprise at this point. I got to figure out what we're going to do. So you guys have a great day. Gabby and I say farewell to Stitched, but feel free to visit our dream address anytime. And there it is again if you want it. So have a great day, you guys, and we'll see you on the next one. Okay, bye.